Labor externalization has become the big issue in the house. This is the point, my friend, and thank you so much for staying tuned on the #1 business channel in East Africa. Remember, Smart24 TV means business 24 hours, 7 days a week. We are a business channel that chose to focus on the business sector in Uganda and contribute to it towards especially the information sector. And on this particular show, the point, we bring on board different stakeholders in our economy and analyze policies that can be put in place in order to promote the different business segments here in Uganda and in East Africa and in general. Today we are talking labor externalization. I'm with officials from the External Labor Organization of Uganda, Companies of Uganda, and this is under what we currently are looking at, the labor externalization business. Now, Mr. Tom, when we went into the break, you actually wanted to add a comment on the export of professionals, rather the brain drain.
Yeah, brain drain.
When you look at the statistics, we are exporting nowadays, not just people who didn't go to school.
No, everyone.
I mean, graduates, people who hold certificates, diplomas, and so on. And there is a worry, especially in the labor industry here locally, that aren't we taking away too much? Isn't the brain drain going to impact on our labor here in Uganda? What is your say on this particular issue?
Yeah, thank you very much. I think, like as I said, that is a poor mindset. You know, when we are in secondaries, we are studying about labor market. They are talking about brain drain, that people are going to westernization because they were trying to remove that kind of appetite and slave trade. You know, people can't stay. That was one way by then. But with this digital world, where we are producing kids every day, and we are taking them to school, and they are graduating every year. I was in Makere recently, 38,000 Ugandans youth, including my son, graduated. How many jobs the country has created? None. Now, the simple answer in this is, have you seen any ministry here or any factory or any sector complaining that they don't have workers? What does it show you? We have too much excess labor force that is not contained. So people we are taking people who have failed to get jobs here, and that is, I know that we are not, brain draining the country. If it is a doctor, if it is a teacher is taken abroad, next day will be replaced. On that interview, like me, I've been calling interviews. One job you'll get over 20 people who have applied. What does it show you? That there is excess labor force. So we are trying to help that excess labor force to go abroad. So we are not brain draining the labor force of Uganda. In fact, we are strengthening it, that when we take these people go abroad and work and bring that money, they start businesses here to consume more of their relatives, to consume more of the people that are coming, that are graduating. Like as I've said, if we're 400 companies and we are employing average 15 people, that's average of almost 5,000. So if Minister of Gender licenses more companies, that is more jobs internally and more jobs abroad. So we are not draining the country, but it's because of poor mindset of what we studied, that when people they are leaving the country going abroad, we are draining the country. Not really.
Yeah, absolutely. And I agree with you. The graduates are on the streets.
Very many.
Some of them are desperate and they're getting into bad.
Like some years back, we had a lot of riots in Kampala. Political riots, because very many youth, like when we returned from Iraq, we were 50,000 Ugandan guards in Iraq. When we returned, there was a lot of unemployment from those people who returned from Iraq, and they were well trained. Those are the riots you are seeing, but we emphasized, like labor companies that were there by then, and UAE contracts of security jobs were many, cleaners and it's general jobs and we consume them. So that's what I'm saying. By consuming them, we are consuming people who are unemployed. We are not draining from any organization. If you have seen, people are applying jobs, but jobs are not there. So we should be appreciated for that we are taking these people abroad.
Yes.
And listen on this. How are we draining the country when we are adding on remittance? One housemaid pays 3 teachers here and 20 housemaids who are working here in Uganda. Every housemaid here, average, they earn from 50,000 to 100,000. So a housemaid is getting 1 million, is paying how many housemaids here? So are we draining or even adding more value?
Just add on a little bit. Yes. Just add on a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, the labor sector or our sector, we call upon the government to handle it in the better way, because this is where the non-employed, the non-skilled
or placed,
people without hope,
people who have lost hope.
You understand? We have very many single mothers. If you look at these girls,
yes,
we have very many single mothers who have no way out. Example, we having these companies. I'll give an example. At the moment, I have over 500 girls who are going to go to go and work. Over 500 girls. You understand? Who are going to go abroad and work.
Because there's nothing for
There's nothing totally. They've lost hope. You understand? But now you'll find our friends on social medias hitting us. You're trafficker
saying we are selling these girls.
Selling these girls. You're doing this. You look at them and say, oh, you guys, don't be funny.
That's the poor mindset I talk
If I can give you just 20 girls to get for the employment, yes, only 20 or 10. I'm having 500. They're out there seated. They're like, please, find us for us where we can work and help our families. Another thing, he will tell you how many people have taken abroad. I will tell you how many ladies have taken abroad. But then, the cases of the crimes, how many are they to the ratio? I've taken over 700, you understand? But I have over 10 who are spending for others. They are spoiling for others, you understand? And these funny bloggers who look at that and they call it funny.
They
no,
capitalize on that.
I emphasized in Saudi Arabia, where our market is at the moment, we have very many countries deploying. You understand? So whenever we kill our image, we're killing for our sisters. We are killing for our people. Like how you were saying, people are here educated very many on the streets, but they have nowhere to work from. We are trying to pave way to have more jobs, and people are coming in and poking in, saying, those are, hey. Do you think has not even gone to parliament?
And I think I have a thought that a point in time will come and the jobs will run out.
No, outside, because of the competition.
Yes, aren't we going to reach a moment? Because I was talking to someone and they said, with this level, if we blink even a single moment, we could have these jobs taken over by people elsewhere in the world.
No.
Yeah.
Elau is in position right now. It's a newborn association. Our work is to search for more jobs. Let me give an example. Ukraine. We are going to go to Ukraine for jobs. Let me give an example in Singapore.
Are you sure?
Yes, let me give an example. Singapore.
Okay.
People are there. People are few. You understand? The labor market is wider than the people who are there. Let me give an example of Canada. Let me give an example of Australia. We, as the new association, we are going to pave the way. That's why we have come to associate. That's why we have come as directors who are very legit, who have seen in front. We have come to associate to create what?
Jobs.
To create more jobs for our
I want to come back, Mr. Tom, here on the question of professionals. There's also been that outcry that why do we always export the non-formal or informal labor rather than professional? Because the countries you're talking about, like Philippines, Nigeria, started from where we are, right? Exporting maids and so many other non or informal labor forms or labor kind of work you're doing. But currently they are exporting managers. They're exporting doctors and teachers, because Uganda is one of the countries that speaks very good English. People at least here, the basic language they know is English and probably another local language. What effort are you putting in that direction, the professionalism, especially amongst the people you're taking abroad?
Yeah, thank you. That case, it's very dynamic. And number one of our roles for us is to recruit. But however, we've been trying to do the job what the government should be doing, lobbying contracts and searching contracts, and we bring them. The Minister of Labor approves them, then we take them. But apparently, because of the level, we are still young in labor export. When we talk of Philippines, when we talk of Nigeria, since time memorial, they have been doing this. So I think with time, as we grow, and when people start appreciating labor, we will start taking everyone. But on an individual basis, people are moving. Now I want to tell all the Ugandans that are watching, if you go to Muyenga, Kansad, there was a bar called at Half London, kind of, when I was staying there. It used to be full of people who are doing chair in Germany, Sweden, even up to now. Individually, may I take Sweden and USA. Now, individually, people are going, professionals are going. But only that we see the huge image of housemaids, but people are going individually. Because me, for the first time when I went abroad, I was getting an individual license from the clearance from the Minister of Gender. You understand? But because we are not going to publish those people who are doing self-initiative to get those jobs, that's why people may think we are not taking professionals. Now, it is today when I was on social media, somebody was commenting saying, until those people we take, the housemaids and other people who are like in Dubai, currently we have close to 150 other people who are not doing housemaids job in Saudi Arabia, in Dubai, doing general jobs, doing cashiers, doing gardeners, housekeeping. They are there. In Saudi Arabia, close to 200 housemaids. Even in Saudi Arabia, there is other people who are doing jobs that are not housemaid, like factory workers, some engineers. It work in factory. Apart from lifting, you must be having that technical know-how. There are other people who are working in fuel. In UAE, majority of the guys are working in fuel. Yeah, engineers, but they are not publicizing themselves. But being that housemaid is a business between government to government, so everyone has to look at it. But even the professionals are being taken, but not on a bigger number. And this is what we have been crying to the government. If Minister of Gender is there, and earlier I talked about it, let it be empowered. We can have that fund to fund these delegates from Minister of Gender and Foreign Affairs. They move around the world, like how Philippines and Pakistanis do. They look for the jobs. Now, my question is, for example, like, what is the purpose of our embassy in Abu Dhabi? In other countries, the embassies tap in those jobs and send them to Uganda. And it should be that they distribute them to the agencies which were licensed. For example, since we have Elau and Uela, if the contract is in there too, they can distribute, and we distribute among themselves. Still, that is collecting, more jobs and empowering more youth to go and work. You get the point. Absolutely. But partly, when we get into discussion with the embassies and people who are working, the problem is they are understaffed and they are underfunded. This is my question. If we are bringing huge remittance to the country, more than our cash crop coffee, how are we, like labor licensed companies, are we also going to benefit on this remittance? We should be given a fund to solve our problems. And that's the fund I talked of. We can sponsor some delegates. We can even sponsor like Elau, even Uela. We have these jobs. We tap them. Recently, Kenya took a contract of supplying nurses into London because their system is very quick. They are giving labor a priority. Recently, I was talking to one of the lady who works at our embassy or consulate in Australia. Australia was crying. They had no workers. But no one can tap in to bring those jobs. When I asked, they said, yeah, you have to deal it on an individual basis. But if we have associations that are so serious that are competing, we're going to tap that. If we, show the government that, look here, this is a good deal. Let's tap this. Entrust us. We'll go and handle the jobs. It will be still helping the country. And not forgetting that this chair is rotational. Somebody goes, works 2 years, gets 20 million, have never got 200,000, comes back and starts business. Another one goes. Same thing, if somebody leaves any company here or any sector here and goes abroad for a greener pasture, the next day, the next month, they will replace with another worker. So it is all creating chances.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's divulge a little bit here into the law. For a very long time, the externalization of labor in Uganda hasn't been given enough attention, legal attention.
Yes.
At the moment, there is a bill in Parliament, which is being worked on, the Employment Amendment Bill. And this seeks to declare that the labor externalization as also a part of this law, because currently there's only a bill and a couple of policies that really
governs
on this particular law. What would be your outcry to government in this line, the legal structure of labor externalization, which practices could be put in this law, and what should it address in this particular case here in Uganda?
Yeah, thank you. I think, like as I've said, labor export, labor externalization is a new sector. So slowly we're going to reach there, and if the bill is worked on and passed into a law, this is some of the things I would wish the government to consider. But number one, when they're doing this, they have to involve the stakeholders. In this case, labor licensed companies, they are among of the stakeholders. Secondly, they have to involve the foreign affairs, because much of the challenges, they know them. For example, when people die, it's them to run down and up. When they get issues, fall sick, it is them. So, including our ministry, our regulator, Minister of Gender, they should call us, we sit and we give them the experience, the touch of experience we have got, and we make a bill that can come into a law that can fit everyone. The biggest challenge is they will draft it, they pass it without even consulting the stakeholders. That will be a big mistake. But sincerely, we are the people who are dealing in this labor export with experience. 10, 7. We have ever done, Cheyo. I think we will be the right people to be consulted and sit with our legislators and come up with a bill that can be passed into a law that can help us to reach on a certain level of labor externalization, like other countries like Kenya, like Nigeria, like Philippines. And one way it should be done by matching the countries that are in this sector, like Philippines. We can copy from them of what we can put into our bill. We can go to Kenya, we can go to Ghana, we can go to Nigeria. That's what I was talking. We also need a fund on these remittances the government is getting, so we can sponsor these movements to get the best bill.
So funding is also another.
It's another.
Mr. Kasibo, as we wind up this session on the law, what do you think the legislators should put in mind as they are coming up with a law to streamline labor externalization?
As my colleague has been talking about it, this is a very wide sector because it's compromising a lot of key stakers. We have the girl child we are taking. We have the okay. Let me say, people we employ. You understand? We take abroad. You understand? And then understanding the sector as in general. You see? Let me give an example. I'll give you just a very slight example. We're having police. Do you know that we're supposed to have labor police, not this police?
Normal police.
Not normal police.
What does labor police do?
A labor police will understand the labor language. You understand? Other than this police that will come, they don't know any labor law. You understand? For example, let me give a very slight example. This is common to all companies around. A person will come and say, I want a job. Yeah, I want a job in what? I want a job in Dubai. You understand? You will have a slight delay. Because the delays are always there. This person has his own time, has his own timing. May I want to go, and he has the kind of negativity he has been hearing from other people. And the person will just go to police and bring the police. You see this one here, this and this and this. Because this policeman has no any techniques and any crew about how we move. Will come and begin embarrassing you in front of an investor, embarrassing someone who is bringing that small revenue to the country in front of others. You understand? Yet
they don't have
yes. Yet if we had labor police, they know the language. You understand? So what am I trying to put forward? What I'm putting forward is, like my colleague said, let us be engaged
in the legislation.
Let them come and engage us freely.
And it will be sort of,
you understand? And let us all of us be calm. You understand? Let's not have the kind of negativity that they've been having. You understand? Because if you look at how they've been addressing our sector, they have the kind of negativity, they have the kind of heart. Let them be calm and come on board, all of us, and talk to each other, advise each other, and the way forward. Because we know this sector, we know this growing sector that is bringing a lot of revenue to our country. Because of us, we shall be or not, this is where we are getting a lot of money from in our country. This is a sector that is boosting the economy in all ways.
Yeah, when you talk of economy, you're touching on every angle.
Every angle.
Yeah.
Other than speaking, you also have the kind of attachment of person. A person who has traveled abroad. Everyone's got an attachment. Either an in-law, either a sister, a brother, or anyone. You understand? Yeah. So this is the real sector that is boosting the whole as all of us.
Thank you.
You understand?
Thank you so much. We're taking our last break, and when we return in our final segment, we want to wind down this show with a little education on the labor externalization.
Yeah.
Like you said, many girls have approached you, many young girls and men are watching, and they would want to know how to safely get their journey started. How can they know the right companies? Yeah. How can they get to trace traffickers and avoid them in the same instance? Where can they find help on financial literacy? Like you said, most of these haven't actually been able to go to school, generally speaking. Yeah. And they're going to earn $1 million. What are they going to do with it? So we're going to return with that information and more as we wind down the show. Thank you so much for tuning in and staying with us. My name is Anthony. You're watching The Point. And this is Smart24 TV, where we drive your business. We're taking our final break, and we return shortly. Stay with us.